So, I'm streaming this to give a little preface here. My account has been limited by PayPal, and they've said that I violated their acceptable use policy, but they won't tell me what it is that I violated. I have no idea. So, yeah. So a lot of time has been spent away from the call. So, also to put this out there, I don't do any shady dealings. I have no idea. I don't even know which account. I'm trying to find my account in YouTube that I'm streaming to. I don't even know. I found it. Check, check, check.
Check, check, check.
Here I am. So anyways, so I get this email a few days ago, and it's saying your account is permanently limited, and that we've found that you've violated our policies, specifically the acceptable use policy. Now, I have gone through every word in that policy, and I'm not seeing it. I don't know what it is that they're alleging. I have no idea. But I just got done messaging with someone on their little chat thing. And yeah, that got very far. Very, very far. They just kept repeating the same things. And they were like, maybe you should talk to somebody on the phone. Maybe they'll tell you more. Okay. I will. And so I am. It's been a long time on hold. Oh boy. Still nothing. So, yeah, I I have no idea. I have no idea. I wonder if I can pull up a so this is my first time kind of doing this like live with actual content. So, wonder if I can pull up the conversation that I had with the PayPal representative on the chat. Let's see if I can do that. I'm surprised that he's been gone this long. He's probably looking at the chat that I had. Basically, they told me that because the account activity, there's some sort of security threat, and that they can't even tell me what the security threat is with my own damn account. It's like, what? Okay, let's see if I can figure out how to. What am I using here? Chrome. Okay, picture. Window capture.
Hi, David. Thanks for holding it down. The only thing I can do is get the account into review. Okay. There's nothing else I can do in regards to this. I had a word with the back office. That's all they're saying is that there's nothing there that they can view. Okay. You've got to understand that when certain limitations are placed, we are not allowed to know or be privy to the details. We're not allowed to give information out that we can't see.
Okay, that helps me a lot, because the person that I spoke with online, they said that they had reviewed the issue at hand, but it was like they couldn't tell me what they saw. But you're saying that you can't even see what's going on.
No.
Is that?
No, I mean, the guys that are doing this, okay, online system, okay, they're actually going to be reviewing whether we're going to be doing it or not in future. But these people are basically there to answer questions about what may have gone wrong and things like that, and to point the customer in the right direction to resolving it. Okay, if he's putting more information than that, he shouldn't have been doing that.
Gotcha.
Okay, some people will try and how can I say BS the customer.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm not here to BS you. All I'm here to say is that the only thing that we can do is to put it into review. Now, putting it into review is no guarantee that it's going to come off. Okay, but that's all I can do.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, when you do that, is there some here? And like I said when I initially spoke with you, my biggest concern, because I know I'm not a security threat. You don't know that, but I know that, and that's fair. But
right. Okay.
I'm
right. I'll explain that to you. Okay, the emails that we generate or that are generated are sort of basic standard emails. Okay, so that email is saying that it's a security. It's basically pointing that it may be a security issue for PayPal. Okay, now it's not sort of saying that somebody's going to break into our systems. Okay, it could be that it could be an issue with something else.
Well, the gentleman I spoke with, the gentleman I spoke with said that there was a security issue in regard to my account, and so that's why I'm saying that, because I'm worried that, you know, if I'm not able to use PayPal, that's one thing, but if I continue using whatever vendors with my information, you know what I mean? Like, that's my biggest concern. And so
no, I understand. I mean, let me just have a look at this email again for you. Yeah. Right. So the email that's on there, okay, this is all he should have, basically he should have read to you the email as it is. Okay, and what it says there, we've permanently limited your account. After a recent review of your account activity, we've determined that you're in violation of PayPal's acceptable use policy. As a result, we've permanently limited your account. Please remove all references to PayPal from your websites and/or auctions. This includes not only removing PayPal as a payment option, but also the PayPal logo and PayPal shopping cart. You say that you're not a seller, so that wouldn't apply to you. But this is, like I say, a standard email that goes out to anybody that comes under this acceptable use policy. Okay? Per the user agreement, permanent limits an account due to an acceptable use policy. Any funds are held for 180 days. You've got no funds on there, so we're not doing anything. Okay? That's just in case if you had been a merchant, there were any chargebacks or disputes against the account. So that's a standard thing as well. Okay, and it doesn't say anything on that email regarding security.
Right.
So why the person mentioned security to you, I do not know.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So
I mean, I have seen limitations that go out which say because of security issues, but that one does not say anything about security or talking about acceptable use. Okay?
Gotcha.
If you look at the acceptable use policy for the US, okay, it goes through a whole list of things. Okay, I do not know which one it's picked up. Okay, or whoever has put this limitation has selected. Okay, if you look at the acceptable use policy for Canada, it's going to be slightly different to the US. If you look at the acceptable use policy for Ireland, it's going to be different to England.
Gotcha.
Okay, you've got to understand we're multinational. We operate around the world. We have to be compliant in every country that we operate in. Okay, so we have to look at the accounts. Okay, it might be that your account's being hit for whatever reason. Okay, like I said, if we get it reviewed, may have a look at it and say, oh, right, that shouldn't have gone on, let's remove it. Then again, they may look at it and say, well, yeah, that was put on correctly, we're not going to remove it. I can't do that because I don't work in the department that put this limitation on. I can only advise you in regards to what steps. At the moment, there are no steps for you to appeal. Okay. All I can do is tell you that we'll get the the limitation in review. And that's as much as we can do on that.
Okay, I appreciate.
I do apologize that the previous agent said it was security risk. There is nothing on that email that you would have received that mentioned security.
Gotcha.
Okay. So he should have said that in the first place. I do apologize about that.
Okay, I appreciate that. I do have, so I guess then my next question is, when the account is reviewed, is there anyone that's going to reach out to me at that point? Is there anyone that can explain to me if there's a concern?
Right. If they remove the limitation, you will receive an email saying that the account has been reviewed. Okay. I cannot tell you when the account will be reviewed. Okay. I do know that the department involved has a backlog. Okay. I do know that the department involved actually works 24/7. Okay. They actually have people working 8 hours in the US, 8 hours in China, and then 8 hours in Europe, so that we cover the world 24/7.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I guess my question is more. My question is more in regard to the specifics, if of what was being reviewed. I guess that's my concern. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like I said, the case goes into review. It goes into their queue. Okay. I do know that they are short-manned. Okay. A friend of mine actually left to work the sort of European hours shift not too long ago. Okay, and they're still on demand.
Gotcha.
All right, but if it's not handled, say, by the US, okay, when the US shuts or the department shuts, the Chinese department or the Asian department will take over the cases. Okay, if it's not taken over by them, it will be taken over by the European department when the Chinese department closes down.
Gotcha.
That's what I mean. We have to watch on this type of
Gotcha.
limitation. Okay. Whereas the US normal customer service is 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific time. Okay. The AUP department, they work 24/7.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I guess then what you said is that you're willing to place this thing into some sort of review, into that review group. Is that what you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll go into review. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Tell you what is going to be reviewed. Okay. Like I say, it goes into their queue. They decide on when they're going to review it. I can't guarantee that they're going to reply. Okay. Or whether they're going to lift the limitation. All I can do is put it to them to have a look at it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I really appreciate your time. You've been rather illuminating. The other individual was just kind of very ambiguous. I mean, to some capacity, you have to be.
Yeah,
I understand.
I mean, he should not have said anything about security, okay? Because there's no security issue there.
Okay.
Okay. And I have seen limitations where it has been a security issue, and that's normally because the person's given their email and password to somebody else.
Sure.
Okay. So look, I'll do what I can. Okay. I can't promise anything, David. And yeah, again, I do apologize about the online chat that you had. Okay.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate your time.
That's what we're here for. Okay. That's what we're here for. And if you do have to get in touch, okay, I think you probably find it'd be better to talk to somebody rather than to chat online. Okay.
I've learned.
Okay. Look, you have a good evening, okay?
Yeah, you as well.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So, interesting. So, I was able to kind of cut this into the stream there so we can go through what this guy said. Basically, introductions. And yes, my account's limited. I looked through the policy. I can't find anything in the policy. Thank you so much for your patience. And then it says, I reviewed the issue at hand, and it has been determined that we are moving forward with the closure of your account. That's it. The end. And then, in no way are we saying that you have done something wrong. It just seems like your business model is not one that PayPal feels comfortable processing at this time. What the hell does that mean? I don't understand what that means. Okay, the limitation that has been put on your account does not have any appeal steps. What did I just do? And he said that, I said, I don't understand what policy I violated, and that he's reviewed the issue, and I don't even know what it is. And that's all I can say. Have I violated a policy? Is that something you can answer? Yes, the acceptable use policy was violated. The hard part of this conversation is that I cannot go into detail about what was specifically violated. What? And so, whenever this type of limitation is placed on an account, it is due to the risky business that our security system has caught. Risky business. What does that mean? Risky business. The movie? What the fuck does that mean? Risky business. Watch out. I'm a risky businessman. So then, of course, I go on to berate him, saying, hey, that's problematic. You're saying that something that I'm doing or someone I'm dealing with could be risky. And so instead of reaching out and saying, hey, risky business, you close my fucking account, and then you won't even tell me what the threat is. So now I've been using PayPal under the blanket of security that is PayPal. And now you're closing that blanket of security and just leaving me off to just give my fucking credit card numbers to whoever. That's risky. That's not a problem. I guess it's not PayPal's problem. That's fine. So anyways, obviously I'm saying all this other stuff, you've probably read it by now. But then he asks me later on, in the conversation if I have any other accounts. Like, why the fuck would I tell you anything? You're not telling me anything. Why would I tell you? And he's like, can you log into your other accounts? Like baiting me to say I have other accounts that you can fucking shut down too. That makes sense. So yeah, I was like, no. Yeah, and he was like, it's not anything against you personally, even though it's your business model that we're uncomfortable with, and it's your personal security, all of your bank accounts and your credit card. It's not anything personal to PayPal, but it's very personal to me. You have all of my banking information. How the fuck is that not personal? What? Yeah. So anyways, that gentleman was more helpful. But it's still shrouded in ambiguity. Look, this other department exists. Maybe they can help you. Maybe they can't. I don't know. And if they can or can't, you won't know what the fuck's going on. Good luck. Cool. All of this started, let's see, when was that email? So, your account has been limited. When did that happen? On the 18th. That happened on the 18th. Today's the 23rd. And I sent an email. Right back. I sent like 2 or 3 emails right back in regard to this one. And they just sent me the same thing over. Like so they sent this to me in an email, and then I responded to PayPal on PayPal's site. And then they just sent me the same thing, PayPal site messaging. So it's like, thanks. So anyways, I should have done I should have thought to do this when all of this started. And that way I could have had the chat screen up live real time. Anyways, this gets down to a big topic that I have distantly been focusing on, and that is the ongoing censorship and deplatforming of anything and anyone that disagrees with anything or anyone. And so obviously, like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, they've been doing it. And it's been venturing now into like third-party monetary systems like PayPal. And I just thought, when I saw this email, I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, who am I? What am I doing to I'm just little old me. I haven't, it's not like I'm fucking buying cocaine, you know? Like, dude, my employer, I have to take very random drug tests. I am drug free. It's the way for me. So it was a little surprising when I saw that email. And well, what's even better is, you know what? I should pull up their excuse me. I should have done an Alex Jones. Excuse me. I'm going to play that back and see. That was the first time I've ever tried to imitate him. And I think I nailed it. Okay, what was it called? PayPal acceptable use policy. Maybe I should get some jams flowing. I don't know if I can get busted for PayPal or for YouTube, like live stream beats. They'll deplatform me. Anyway, that'll make it more fun. Music makes it more fun. Boom! Oh my gosh, too loud. Okay. PayPal acceptable use policy. Let's pull that sucker up. I don't know what has been going on when I screen share. I've been trying to figure that out. I've asked a few people. No one has helped. So, someone can help. Please let me know why my screen goes glitchy when I screen share, because I'm trying to get my foot in the door here. I'm not trying to steal anybody's thunder. I want to get my foot in the door. Anyways, here it is. I have not violated any law, statute, ordinance, or regulation Now, that seems a little ambiguous already. But, to my knowledge, that is truth. I have not violated any local or national laws, statutes, or ordinances or regulations with my PayPal account. I have not purchased narcotics, steroids. Now, this is where it gets weird. Certain controlled substances, whatever certain is, who the fuck knows what that means, or other risky business. Other products that present a risk to consumer safety. I have no idea what that even means. I'm assuming it could be somewhere in here. You know, other products that present a risk to consumer safety, that could literally be fucking anything. That could be anything. Like, oh shit, this mouse, boom, my eye is gone. That's a risk. The fuck does that mean? Anyways, drug paraphernalia, nope. Cigarettes, nope. Items that encourage, promote, facilitate, or instruct others to engage in illegal activity, no. Stolen goods, no. Promotion of hate, violence, racial, or other forms of intolerance that is discriminatory, or the financial exploitation of a crime. Now that has been the topic as of late. What is hate speech? What is illegal discrimination? Like, I don't believe in it. Period. I think if you're the government as an entity, yeah, that should be illegal. That should be illegal. But me personally, like, if I want to be a racist piece of shit, I don't think anybody should stop me. I don't think the law should stop me. I think that society should say, hey, you're a piece of shit racist, and we're not going to hang around you, give you our time or whatever. That's way worse. To me, that's way worse than what any law can do to you, than any punishment handed down by the law can do, is societal dissociation. By, society's punishment, in my opinion, can be way worse than anything than the law can do. Okay, money. So if the law imposes some sort of punishment on my action, that's not going to change who I am. And that's when you're talking about these kinds of issues, like, changing behavior ought not be the goal. It should be changing the heart. So if I'm a racist piece of shit, maybe instead of saying, okay, you got to pay $100, you got to pay a $1,500 fine and you serve some jail time. That might make me not say racist things, or it might make it worse because I'm a bad boy. But I guarantee you, it's not going to educate me. It's going to educate me to change my behavior, but not my thoughts. That's not really helpful. That's not constructive. Anyways, I'm getting, this is a massive sidetrack, but this is the shit. When these things are in writing, the promotion of hate, other forms of intolerance that is discriminatory. Like, I fucking hate those words. Is that okay for me to hate the hate? Hate the hate? Talking about hate? Like, that's bullshit. It's just bullshit. I don't know. I don't even know if... I don't know. Anyways, let's go. Let's keep going. Let's move forward. Let's get back on PayPal. So I haven't done any of that, even though I don't believe in any of that. Items that are considered obscene. Items that infringe or violate any copyright, trademark, right of publicity, or privacy on any other proprietary right under the laws of any jurisdiction. Certain sexually oriented materials or services, ammunition, firearms, or certain firearm parts or accessories, or certain weapons or knives regulated under applicable law. Okay, so let me go back. We know how I feel about all this shit. Items that are considered obscene. To who? To who? That's pretty subjective. I don't think that I have, by the way. I don't think that I have done any of that, but that's kind of a bullshit thing. Items that infringe or violate any copyright, trademark, right of publicity or privacy. Yeah, I definitely haven't done that. I have worked hard to be where I'm at in my life. I got money now. I don't need to steal. So I don't. And I'm not compelling anyone that's in a financial burden to steal. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I have no monetary motivation to steal. If it's compulsive, then that's another thing, but I don't have that either. So, non-issue. All of these are non-issues. And yeah, I don't purchase guns or anything like that, and I certainly don't dabble into this. I'm very well happy in my life and at home, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Relate to transactions. If any, the few people that know me personally, this whole pyramid Ponzi scheme thing, I fucking detest that shit. I think that this is watch out. Here's my discrimination. If you're part of an MLM, pyramid scheme, any of that kind of shit, I discriminate upon you heavily. Heavily. Because most of my experience, this is all anecdotal, so just take it with whatever you want. Sugar or salt. My experience has been, I observe people that get into it or are into it, and those people exploit their friendships and their relationships. And I think that's really shitty, and I think that's really deplorable, and I think you're scum. Prove me wrong. Change my mind. That's a pretty blanket statement. I think there are good people that do it for good reasons, but I tend to think that they're in the minority. I think that most people, you don't have a choice but to exploit your friendships and relationships and guise it in, I'm just here to help with these helpful products, and fuck you. Like, I don't believe that. Some of you, whoever you are that watch this, maybe. And so if it makes you feel happy, think, oh, he's not talking about me. I probably am, but just pretend. Anyways, so on that, I definitely don't contribute to that. So obviously I don't do any of that. I'm definitely not in some annuities or lottery contracts, layaway, any of that. None of this. None of that. The only stuff, I'll read through it. Offshore banking or transaction to finance or refinance debts funded by a credit card. No. Sale of certain items. Seller. None of this stuff. And the other thing too is I'm not a seller. I'm not a merchant. I don't sell anything with my PayPal. I'm a consumer. Just like the average American, I see something I like on eBay, I buy it. Or on wish.com. Whatever, I buy it. And if you if you look at my PayPal transactions, like for the last like recent activity is, I don't know, 6 months or so, like I've maybe made a dozen. But out of that dozen, 6 of them are like recurring payments to like Hulu. So anyways. So here I am, the bad boy of PayPal. And maybe they'll review my account. And just maybe they'll say I'm a good boy and change my card back from yellow to green. Or, well, I guess it's on red. I guess mine went straight from green to red. So, anyways, I wish that I had thought of doing this when it all started, but I did not. And here we are. I meant for my broadcasts to be intentional, and I would plan them out, but I thought, I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. I've Googled this. I know I'm not the only one that's experienced this, and all of the just nonsense, the jargon that they use, the ambiguity, and here this company has access to what's important to you most. I don't consider money to be the most important thing to me, but I do consider my time, and as they say, time is money. And for me, that time is time spent away from home, where I could be hanging out with my wife, who's my best friend. So when someone fucks with my money, they're fucking with my relationship. That's how I see it. That's just me. So anyways, that's pretty much it. I guess I'll wrap this up. I wish I would have thought it out, done a better format, maybe fixed the glitches before, but I haven't. If anyone's watching this, if I do share this to the world, if anyone watches this and you see that screen share when I show you my email, I'm using OBS. And I don't know why it's doing that like glitch when I share the screen. I'll pull it up. I'll pull one up again. Let me see. I can see it happening on my screen, and it happens. It happens in OBS as well. Oh, that's me. That's not what I wanted to share at all, is it? I'll do that picture. That's actually interesting, because now I've realized that it didn't do it at all. You see, it's doing it right now, but when there was a video in it, it didn't. That's very interesting. Let me go to the video and see. Let me just see. Let's see. Because of the lag, I can see the old screen glitching, so I know. There we go. Back to the video. Yeah. Anyways. Maybe that did. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Anyways. If you know what that is, please help. I've looked into the rescaling options, a lot of stuff. Nothing has helped. So, I don't know. Make of help for me. Thanks for listening to me talk shit. And that's going to be it. Peace.